I fell out the boat in Valhalla. The boat was overloaded. It was near enough tipping over. His back on the conveyor going up the lift hill. Hello and welcome to Coaster Gents.
So Dad, you're here today because you've got a story to tell about Valhalla.
Well, you seem to think it's funny and that I should be telling people about it.
Yeah.
Yes, it was funny at the time, but not for all of us. Okay, so we used to go to the pleasure beach with a gang of lads, friends, group for the full weekend, which was great. We used to go and have a few drinks and, we'd always end up at the pleasure beach on a Saturday. So we decided to go on the Valhalla, which was, the ride to go on at the time, which I believe 2010-ish we would have been there. We're not small guys, let's say that. We end up with the three biggest lads, me included. Well, there's 4 or 5, I can't remember how many you have in that boat now. There was a few of us and we were all big, we were all clambering. But staff at the pleasure beach, and they weren't really interested, so we all piled into this boat. They should have never allowed us all in, because as soon as we all got in, we felt the boat ground. It's like, it must be part of the ride. We're all doing a bit of splashing as we do, go around the ride, giggling and that. And then when we come to the first bend, that's when we noticed things were not right, because the boat was overloaded. It's as simple as that. So when we tipped to the first bend, the boat literally tipped. It was like, and then we tipped it back. There's water splashing all over the flipping place. My brother and a few of the other lads are in front or behind us, and they're all throwing laughs, saying, "Look at these lot in the Titanic." And then every time we kept coming to a bend, it was near enough tipping over, but we could feel it hitting the bottom. But crikey, we really have to get some here. So anyway, we're going around the rides, a few other funny things happen. So then inside, if I remember, I haven't been on it for a couple of years, but there was a big conveyor belt that takes you up, and because of the lift hill, the nose weight was too heavy, it sort of banged into the lift hill. Why the boat kept bouncing off it, it wouldn't go up, it was nose down, which we found flipping hilarious. But then, as we noticed, it pushed the boat nose straight down. We all thought it was very, very funny, so the water actually started coming over the front. But the boat pretty much filled with water, because the water rushes up to that lift hill and it builds up a bit there, so it's a lot deeper than it was anywhere else. So it was coming in, which we still found very funny. This thing decided to flip near enough, and it went to one side. Next thing you know, the emergency stop system cuts in, the belt stops and all the lights come on. We hear a couple of alarms, which we found very, very funny. And then we got staff running from everywhere to us, and we were sort of sideways. We got my brother and that shouting behind, "Oh, they broke it. But because it was echoing, you can imagine we were all going, "Come on, you broke it." And one at a time, they get us out the boat. "Come on, you need to stand on the side." Well, I've got a friend who was old Burn that was on the front of this, or was in the middle. Either way, you can't see very well in dark, and this was dark. I mean, they had put the house lights on, but they weren't very good. And he struggles to see anyway, let alone when it's dark. So anyway, as we get off this boat from the one side, we were supposed to get off one at a time, but we decided to get me and Dan Martin, I think, got off at the same time. This boat flipped the other way, flipped the mate, the guy who couldn't see very well, shook him about, so he decided to try and get out the other way when it should have been the right way, slipped and fell into the it wasn't very deep, so there was nothing dangerous as such. Apart from this conveyor was still moving very slowly, if I remember. So all we just remembered seeing is turning round and seeing like what I would explain as the dying fly on his back on the conveyor going up the lift hill like this, with the staff screaming at him to get up. We're crying. Two of the other lads that were in there, who was in there? So I think Nath was in the boat as well. Couldn't get out because they were just laughing too much. Old Burn the Dying Fly was going up the conveyor belt backwards on his own without a boat. I don't know what happened there, but I can't remember because I was just on the floor in bits. So by the time they got him off, he weren't very happy about it. He found it not so funny. The fact that we're laughing at him, the fact that we're laughing at each other, the fact that we couldn't get out properly. They were trying to tell us how to get out. We kept walking into the water. We're soaking wet. When we finally got conscious and stopped laughing about the whole event, I think we did jump on the front of the queue, but the bit that was very funny is there's a good 10, 12 lads walking out the staff entrance with all the staff helping us back to the front of Valhalla. And everybody in the Valhalla queues obviously stopped because the ride stopped, staring at us, all soaking wet, looked like we'd been swimming. And then we thought it was very funny then to pass comments saying, oh, you do get a little damp on this ride. And then you got families just standing there like, and we come out going, oh, you get damp on this. But and then luckily it was a nice sunny day, and we spent the rest of the day around the pleasure beach as you do, dripping wet though. Phones all, well, I think we put them in the lockers and things like that. But I don't know whether the pleasure beach found it so funny. I mean, it could have been really dangerous, I suppose. The way
it could have been really dangerous.
Yeah, it could have been serious, but to see him going up there now, it still has me. The dying fly. It was like the widescreen dying fly though. It was all I just remembered. And what on earth is going on? One of them's jumped onto the conveyor belt. It's all burned, he's jumped on the conveyor because he ain't jumped on it, he's fell on it. But it was a good experience, yeah, it was a good one. But I do believe security followed us round after that. We didn't actually do anything wrong. It wasn't our fault the boat turned over, or the fact that they let us in the boat. Thank you for watching Coaster Gents. If you liked it, you can subscribe. And what do you have to press the bell, don't we? For,
yeah.
I like that. In fact, I could have one and cook where then Mom could come. Anything I need. Drink. Sweet. Perhaps not. I'll leave that. Thanks again. And that's a wrap.